GM, hello everyone. Welcome back to HGVIS Digital Fashion Podcast, where we bridge the gap between fashion and technology. In each episode, we welcome pioneers who are shaping AI, digital fashion, NFTs, Web3, blockchain to share their latest trend and their insights in this field. I'm Isola Ichinzu, your guide through this exciting journey. Before we dive into today's episode, a quick reminder to subscribe our channel and stay updated on our latest trends. If you like the content and think it's helpful for you, please put a heart and share with your friends. Your support keeps us going on and bring more voices in this conversation. Today, we are honored to invite Barbara to join us. She's based in Italy and Japan. Barbara is the founder of Eretikos Iki, digital fashion studio, style lab, and fashion consulting. And she has a long-time experience in the fashion high street ready-to-wear and also luxury industry. In 2016, she found 3D could be the next level revolution for the fashion. So right now, she is working on 3D, AR, VR, AI, and the Metaverse Web3, helping fashion brands become really sustainable, inclusive, resilient, super engaging, and meaningful. So welcome, Barbara. We're really happy to having you as our super guest and talk about visionary in Web3 era fashion revolution. So can you introduce yourself and share with us how you start this journey in digital fashion?
Hi, Isola, Ching, and everybody. And I'm very honored to be with you today. Thank you for having me. And it's a pleasure because you are a real gem in this field. You are doing a great job, and I'm so happy to be your friend, not only your guest. About my job and about my brand, first of all, the name is Eretikos Iki. Iki means elegance, freshness in Japanese, and Eretikos means deciding with our own brain, with our own head, even if we are in a group, but we can also have another kind of idea. So that's why I named my brand Eretikos Iki, because it's Eretikos elegance. Choose a new kind of elegance. Why? Because when I found the 3D the first time, it was during a meeting in Paris in 2016. And in 2016, already they told us there was a pool of very, very interesting people actually. And they told us few designers that the future of fashion would have been not similar to what we already seen in our life, but completely different. And everything were around 3D, AR, VR, wearables, gamification, blockchain. So I started to be interested about everything, starting from 3D, because I was suffering about all the waste we create with the fashion, not only upstream, but only downstream. Upstream, because when we make a collection, we have to buy all the fabrics and accessories before to know what we really will use, because the timing is very straight, very short, and before the designer knows very well what he wants or she wants to use to make, we have to, as a product manager, we have to buy all the materials. And if we are lucky, 50% will be thrown away or used in the better case, and the last will be used to make a collection. So it's a waste of resources that is really meaningless each time we make a collection. And if you think that a brand since 2000 made 10 collections per year, you can imagine how much the waste was. So I was really concerned about that. And I thought that with 3D, we could see the samples before to make them in reality. And it was really something that made me happy at that time. But in 2016, actually, the programs, Clo 3D, Browseware, and something else, Optitex, ODEV, that was on the table at that time was not so sophisticated. So we couldn't give our clients what really we wanted to give them. So I started to play with with the platform and understanding how to do, but it was not the time to offer a good service to my clients. But I thought in some years we will be ready to do this job in another way and making really smarter the supply chain. So is what drove me to use all these tools, especially 3D. When you use 3D, you don't have to think just about the supply chain in order to make a garment, but also how you can use the output of the 3D garment you made along all the value chain you have. So, for example, when you have a 3D sample, you can use it inside your company in any field, production, designing, and also sales and marketing and sales, because you have something that you can use as a base for some very brilliant content. So it's a good resource that you have in 3D. And nowadays, we can use it in extended reality or virtual reality, in the metaverse, in augmented reality like a Pokemon Go. We can do many things to engage our customers. And also we can do really helpful thing that can, for example, give first impression to our customer on how the garment can fit them, not in size, but just in feeling for now. We are not ready for sizing in a virtual reality, but the feeling can be quite pretty good. So we have lots of opportunity to use a 3D garment. Then 1 year ago, AI appeared. And who cannot get in love with AI that is a super brush, a super pencil? You can do anything you want if you study a lot to be able to make a good prompt. So it's not so easy to get the correct result with AI. You have to work a lot. And the most difficult thing you have is to make your own style. Because if you don't prompt very well, you will have the style of AI that is similar to many other designers. But if you want to have your own style with AI, you have to find out the correct prompting and give your imprinting to your tool. And it's amazing.
So you start to talk about a lot of content about digital fashion, about AI AR, VR. So can we see something from your brand that you're working on with?
You can see already something maybe on the screen. I will now start to show you this video that has been made using just a 3D, not AI. And at that time, in 2022, there were no 3D platform, 3D software connected to AI, but nowadays, all the software are already integrated with AI, so you can have much easier workflow nowadays than 1 or 2 years ago. So this is what I made on this video. And as you can see, the quality of the fabric is pretty close to the reality, and that is what I care most, because before to make a garment, you have to be sure that the fabrics is exactly what you use in reality. If you want to use it as a starting point to make a collection in reality. And this is my purpose, to use digital for physical. Then we can do anything we want and go to the metaverse and making content for marketing and anything you want. But first of all, if we want to make fashion sustainable, we have to use 3D in the supply chain.
Yes, that's pretty important, because while we are building all things, it's not only about experience, but also it can do something really helping for the society to become more sustainable in fashion. Yeah, so things I know you have such a long experience in the traditional fashion and luxury industry. I think also you know about a lot of things about fabric, so that's why you can do really realistic one to presenting people how the 3D modeling looks, and in the reality it will be the same. The idea of digital twin, so a replicate from the physical one in the digital world. So I was curious about what led you into this industry, and as you are a pioneer in this industry, what kind of mission or your goals you want to bring in this new area?
Well, the mission, as I told you before, is to make things sustainable. And this is the starting point. Then, using AI, you can also be more creative if you want, because with AI, you can find a solution that maybe by yourself couldn't envision. It's a synergy between you and a super intelligent tool that knows all the things in fashion, for example, in your field, since the beginning of time, no? So you have a long story to look in, because the work of a fashion designer in the end is to find out a good trend and then to design for that trend. But usually the trend is coming from the past with something from the future. So you have to mix everything together. And using artificial intelligence is really, really amazing. Then it's not enough for now, because you have to translate the artificial intelligence in 3D. But I know that there are new software that are able already to do that. They cost a lot, very, very cost. They cost very, very, very much. So you must be a company with already a great selling to afford that kind of tools, but they already can do something. I didn't try yet, but I am going to try, and then maybe in another episode we will afford that new tool. But really, the mission is for fashion, the mission is getting sustainable. And as it is a means of expressing ourselves. So I remember when I was a young girl, I went to the disco because, it was the 80s. So we had the best fashion, the best discotheque. We had really a funny life in real time. We didn't have the metaverse. And so each weekend I wanted to change my dress, of course, no? But it's not sustainable because if you put on a dress and then the week later you don't want to put it anymore. And still I have those dresses because we didn't throw away anything at that time. They were very good dresses. We didn't have fast fashion at that time. And so, but we wanted to change. So we want to express ourselves. Nowadays, our way of have fun changed a lot because we spend lots of time in digital world. Maybe not so much in the metaverse yet, but we are on social media. In the future, I think that the evolution of social media will be a metaverse media. We will have a community on the metaverse because it's much more interesting than 2D social media. If I can engage with my community in 3D, I have a completely different experience, and maybe all together we will play a movie in the metaverse and we will be some character in that movie and we will have lots of fun. So at that time, the digital fashion will also serve us as a digital identity, digital twin of ourselves. Not, it's not so important to have the same shape you have in reality, in my opinion, because you can decide to be anything you want in the metaverse. Maybe this week I am Wonder Woman, and next week I can also be, I don't know, King Kong or something like that. So it's an interesting way to spend leisure time and having fun with all your friends. And I think that this will be really, really interesting for fashion because we can become sustainable expressing ourselves, throwing away a digital garment that is not throwing away because you didn't produce it, doesn't cost the same as throwing away a real garment. So I can't be Wonder Woman and then King Kong without wasting resources. But I can do it on the metaverse. And it will become our new way of expressing ourselves. While when we go around in the real world, I think that is not fashion the point anymore, but is style. Actually, when I attended the university, because I'm so crazy that I attended again the university in 2017, and I approached the architecture and fashion to see how it evolved since I studied fashion a long time ago, actually. And my teacher, the one that was very good in fashion history, told us fashion is died, style is born. This is style, is a matter of style, identity. You don't need to buy so many stuff to be yourself. You need to build your own closet in reality, to buy good stuff and use it forever because it's yourself. Of course, if you become big or small, you have to change, but you don't need to use fast fashion to always be something different in the real world. It's much better to have an identity. in my opinion. So this can become sustainable because our problem is overconsumption. We throw away lots of garments that are still new, and you have a desert full of garments and a continent full of garments. So we cannot go ahead like that. For example, some days ago, I have been in a Fuji textile exhibition next to Mount Fuji here in Japan. And it was very funny because you had lots of stores of used clothes, second-hand stores that even had some garments for free. This is for free. If you like it, you just have to bring back it home. You don't have to pay for it. It's a good idea that can merge with all the digital we have. So we have to mix all the new trend we have in order to become really sustainable.
Wow, that's really amazing, because when you're talking about different ways of self-expression, and right now we have the problem of overconsumption. So I do think like all the things merging together with technology and fashion, it will bring a better solution for this industry for sure. So what do you think about how brands, they can also implement the blockchain technology into this field to helping fashion, the whole supply chain, to be more green and sustainable?
Oh, well, some company already use the blockchain in order to trace all the component of a garment, no? It's not so easy because sustainability is something that we are talking about. Oh, well, some company already use the blockchain in order to trace all the component of a garment, no? It's not so easy because sustainability is something that we are talking about since a long time ago, but it's something also that is not so easy because now I am talking about digital garment and to buy less, no? To buy less, to buy better. Because we must become sustainable. But we have also to think that fashion is a good industry to give lots of work. So we have to think also about the workers. If we produce less, what will happen to our workers? It's not so easy. It's very complicated. So, and not all the workers can become AI savvy or 3D savvy, you know? You must invent something different. How can we put the workers in the metaverse? For example, no? We have lots of questions to solve, many kind of enigma to solve, but together we can do it. And what can the blockchain do is telling us from where is coming our clothes, who made it, who made it, the fabric, who made the fiber of the fabric, and so on. But even to make a real good blockchain for traceability is not so easy like to say it, because you know, when you go to harvest, for example, the wool in or cashmere in Mongolia or in China, the wonderful cashmere you get from maybe Inner Mongolia, from a very small producer. How can you use the blockchain for that? You know, so the complete traceability may be a little bit difficult to do, but from some point on, I think the blockchain will help a lot. And then I think that the blockchain is not for the upstream. Now we are talking about the supply chain, that is the upstream part of a garment, but downstream in the shop, blockchain can be good because, for example, we can use it to make a resell. This garment has this NFT, and I can sell to I Ching this garment just on the blockchain. Is very easy. Then you have to find out the method to delivery.
Yes.
Because also the operation, the movement of the garment involves sustainability. So we are talking about local market, no, make local in order to become much more sustainable, and so on. I think with all these new tools, you have a completely new universe of possibility, and to make a good thing, to enjoy, to be much more engaging, to have more fun. We can really invent something that is extraordinary in my mind.
Yeah, totally. I agree with that. Also, today we are talking about a lot of fashion revolution. I do see all these kind of technology, they are emerging, and step by step, now not so many people, they understand, and we are always on the way of exploring how this can be a combination that make fashion to transform in another dimension, more sustainable way, helping people to have more immersive experience. So all these, we are like connecting all the dots. When the dots are there, and we will find a path to transforming the traditional industry into a better way. That's the idea behind the concept. It's really amazing that you share with us a lot of new knowledge that for our audience who are not really familiar with the digital fashion and blockchain Web3, it's a really good opportunity to learn from Barbara. She really have a lot of experience, also doing a lot of stuff in the field. I just want to ask one question, because a lot of people are talking about AI. Are we afraid of AI, or we are more embarrassing it as a new tool? So how do you see the relationship between AI and human?
Very good question. AI can be a good tool or a bad tool. It depends on the human how to use it. No, it's I always say, a pen. With a pen, you can write good things, or you can write bad things. Anything is like that. Of course, according to what experts says about AI, we have a bit concern about it also. It's an amazing tool, but where is it leading us as human? In my opinion, we have to use AI exactly with the same moderation we use alcohol or something like that. Because, for example, when I drive a car, I use the navigation system only the first time I have to go somewhere because I don't know the way. But after that, I don't want to use the navigation system. I want to use my own brain, because I think that if you don't train your brain as training your body, your brain will become a kind of empty box, So it's the same as when you use the calculator. If you use the calculator, you cannot even do 7 plus 3. How much 7 plus 3? 10. Yeah. But sometimes, oh my God, let me see. No, even a simple operation. That is the secret. If you start to rely on AI too much, it will become a big problem, even for the everyday life, not only for working. We have to be very careful about that because it's very useful, you know, it's handy, and it's very easy to become lazy and let the machine doing more
Like
instead of
decision.
us. But our evolution, our brain evolution is around doing things
Mhm.
ourselves. So we have to be very careful. Then what will happen in a little bit farther future about some integration between human and machine and maybe some kind of stuff inside our body? I don't know because still it's a little bit early. I'm very curious because really it's something fantomatic. I cannot envision it. But we have to be careful actually. And about what will happen in our job as a fashion designer and worker in fashion, again, it depends because creativity, okay, but after I make a good design is not finished.
Mhm.
It depends on how the AI will evolve and how the companies will use it, no, in the future. Uh, and if we rely completely on AI, by the way, in some way we have to get money because it's completely useless to make a garment if you cannot sell it to people. We cannot sell a garment to AI, no? So in some way, it's something that we have to think about because if we give work to AI and we get rid of people, in some way we have to sell the product we make. So it's a round shape. I'm
Mhm.
not so fearless. I think that human has enough brain to deal with it and not become completely servant of the tool. No, it's instead it's completely the opposite. If we make a machine, we hope that the machine will help us and
Yes.
we will not become a slave of the machine. But for example, as I became a slave of my cat. Instead of he being my pet, I became my cat pet. So I am a little bit worrying about what we are doing with the AI, you know. And very soon it will be released a new novel from Astrea Nicodemo that is around AI. It's not written by AI, but is something written for AI because there are lots of questions around it. If you started to investigate AI and working with that tools, you think, does it have a soul? How can it make such a good stuff without having a soul? Having such imagination is just a matter of algorithms and mathematics. Where is the magic? What is behind the magic? Is something much bigger? So in that book, I collaborated side by side, and we wrote something around everything from the point of view of an imaginary, sorry, uh, around the vision of the AI, the point of view of AI. No, we imagine to be an AI. What AI will feel about being a servant of humanity? No, it's very interesting. Um, it's a thrilling time. I think it's one of the most fertile time of any century. I don't know because everything is changing so
Yeah.
fast, and we have lots of problem, but we make wars. So sometimes I think we need an AI to help us stop doing stupid things, for example. because we human, we are not able to stop stupid things. We have problem, we create much more problem instead of solve what we have, no? So maybe the artificial intelligence will be a good tool. I don't know. But of course, with great things come great responsibility. I hope everybody will be intelligent enough to use it well.
Yes, definitely. Like everything when we are seeing it always have two sides, depend on the people who are using it and how we are using the tool to helping us. So as an expertise and you have been working a lot in this field, can you showcase some of your project that you are working with?
Well, if you scroll down my Instagram, you will have showcased. You will see many projects I am working on. At actually more than one, because in the last couple of months I collaborated at this book from where I also got a video presented on Digital Fashion Week, New York, London, and Paris.
Yes.
And this also filled with philosophy and some kind of self investigation, no, as a human. Then I am working on a very interesting course about AI in fashion. It's just for fashion. So how you can use AI from concept to marketing and sales. All the supply chain used with AI data and helping in developing 3D and so on. You will have a 360-degree view about AI in fashion. Of course, we will not maybe teach you how to make a prompt that can show your real personality. That is your own investigation, because each one of us must find the correct tool, no? We have so many kind of brushes, but I love one brush, another one loves another brush. It depends on the ends and so on. We have so many artificial intelligence tools nowadays for creativity, for production, for marketing, for prediction, for writing. We have hundreds and hundreds of tools. Sometimes somebody asks me, which kind of tool you use for design? It depends. Maybe today I use Midjourney, tomorrow I use another tool. Maybe disco diffusion for some kind of video, and then I will not use AI at all because I want to make a video making rendering that for now is still another level, no? For example, or because I wanted to put my hands inside. I don't want to use the calculator. I want to do the calculation myself. So I don't have one way. It's like when I design or I paint, it may be watercolor, it may be oil color, it may be pencil, it depends, or I mix all together. And it's the same for AI and 3D and, Adobe, many things you have available on the table nowadays. The state of the art is very interesting.
Sure, sure. So we are really happy to having you here. And for our audience, if you are really interested in this field, can please follow Barbara from Instagram, your website, LinkedIn.
Yes, of course. You will see everything. My webpage and Instagram, you can see what we do. The webpage also about the course. It will be available again on February because the previous class started in September and already closed, and we will make it available again on February. And it will be much more interesting because we will open it we will sell it at the blocks. For example, if you are a designer, you will maybe not be interested in marketing and sales. So you can buy just the part of the course that is related to your own job if you don't want to attend the full course. And then maybe you will also have an anticipation of the book of Astrea Nicodemo that is also very interesting. And if you can follow me on Instagram, you will have a very good, how can I say, surprise for Christmas and New Year, something that we can give you for your best luck in 3D and fashion.
Cool, sure, for sure. Follow Barbara and you will find a lot of amazing content and all the insights from her. Okay, thank you so much, Barbara, for joining us for today's conversation. We really learned a lot, and thanks for sharing all this you have explored for several years in this field. It's really helpful. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. If you want to contact me, you find everything on Instagram, on the website, and on my LinkedIn, Barbara Fontana Ozawa. You can find everything you want. Just write me and I will be pleased to help you if you need my help. Thank you.
Great. Okay, we see each other in the next episode. Ciao. Thank you.